Hey y'all, today I'm going to make strawberry bread. Now, the reason I make strawberry bread instead of strawberry cake is that, in my opinion, it's just a little quicker and easier. And you know I really like quick and easy stuff. So, let's get started. First of all, let me show you my strawberries. I'm using fresh strawberries. Now, a lot of times I've used frozen strawberries to make strawberry bread, but this is fresh. And rather than chopping or dicing them by hand, I put them in the food processor and processed them. So it may be interesting to see how this bread turns out, but it's okay. It's going to taste good even if the strawberries all sink to the bottom. It's okay, in my opinion. So let's get started on our quick and easy strawberry bread. First of all, I have 4 eggs in this bowl. Let's see if I can get this in the picture there. And I'm just going to whisk those eggs a little bit. I'm not using a mixer, just whisking by hand. I'm going to beat those eggs up a little bit before I add anything else. This is going to make 2 loaves, by the way. So I've got 4 eggs. I've got about 1 1/4 cups of vegetable oil. Pour that in and whisk. You know, I like to get as much out of the cup as I can. So get all those drops in there. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add vanilla extract. Now, some recipes call for cinnamon. I prefer vanilla for strawberries. So I've got a 1/2 tablespoon of vanilla extract. I have my oven preheated to 350 when we get ready to bake. So now I have eggs, oil, and vanilla. I'm going to add the sugar next. 2 cups of white sugar. And just whisk that sugar in with the eggs, oil, vanilla. Then, next comes flour. I have 3 cups of self-rising flour, which again is just a bit of a time saver. Rather than using the plain flour and adding in baking soda, baking powder, and salt. Everything's in the self-rising, so I just need to add the flour. 3 cups. I'm going to kind of fold that in. Try not to do what I'm doing, which is flipping out a lot of flour. I need to be a little more gentle here getting this flour mixed in. It's a thick batter, but the strawberries are going to lighten it up, loosen it up quite a bit. Especially since I have all the liquid in there. Okay, I think I've got the flour pretty much distributed. So now I'm just going to add in the strawberries, which was about a little over 2 cups. And then this also just gets folded in. And it's looking nice and pink. It's so pretty. I want to get down in the bottom and get that other ingredients mixed well with the strawberries. Actually, I think this may be the first time I have made strawberry bread with fresh strawberries. I'm not sure, but I know I have a recipe that uses frozen strawberries that I've used several times. All right, let me get some of this stuff out of the way so that I can bring in my baking pans. And all I'm going to do is spray them with some Pam. These are the larger size baking pans, 10-inch. And now, take this whisk out and use my spatula here, and then pour the batter into the two pans. Try to make it about half. Turn this bowl around if I can without making a big mess, which will make it easier for me to scrape. Okay, now let's see if we can get the rest of it in here. This bowl is quite heavy, actually, and a little precarious here. Okay, but you know I like to get as much batter into these baking pans as I possibly can. I don't like to leave a lot, but I think that's going to be okay. So here are the two pans. They're pretty even, and the oven is set at 350, so I'm going to go ahead and put these in the oven. I'm going to set the timer for, I think I'm going to set it for 45 minutes, and then I'll check. I don't think 45 is going to actually be enough, but you never know. So I'll check with a toothpick to see if it needs more time after that. So we'll be back a little bit later after the strawberry bread is out of the oven. Okay, we are back with the strawberry bread. There's one of the loaves. It's been cooling for a while, so now I'm going to make just a simple glaze to go over it. You don't have to put anything on it if you don't want to, or you could get creative and make a frosting, whatever you want to do. I'm just going to use a little glaze with confectioner's sugar, just a few drops of vanilla, and a little bit of milk. It's not something I generally measure, but let me go ahead and start with a cup of confectioner's sugar. Actually, that's a little more than a cup, but that's okay. Now, I want to make sure that sugar is closed so it won't scatter all over the counter. All right, so there's the confectioner's sugar. I'm going to add, I have a measuring spoon. I wasn't going to use it, but I think I will, because I just want a small amount. About this measure is 1/16 of a teaspoon. Just a little bit of flavor there. And then for the milk, I'm just going to drizzle in a little bit at a time until I get a consistency that I like. So I'm gonna add milk and stir it, and then add some more until I get what looks like a good spreading consistency. But you do have to be careful, because it can go thinner than you want pretty quickly. And I have 2 loaves here, so I'm hoping that this will be enough for both of them. And I do want to go a little bit thinner than this. And we have company at the door. So let me just kind of hurry up and spread some of this on one of the loaves just to show you what I'm talking about. And I'll probably put a little bit more than this. But that's pretty good right there. So a little bit of it will go down the edges. And there's one of the loaves. Now I really need to go open the door for company before I do the other one. So, see you later. There's one more thing we need to do now to this bread, and that's sample it. So, let me just bring this down and just cut a small piece off the end. The glaze has set up, so it's ready to go. All right, there's the inside of the bread. You can see the small pieces of berry, and it looks pretty moist. All right, back up here so we can taste it. It's very nice, very fruity. Plenty of strawberry in there. It's dense, it's moist. It's delicious. That's what it is. Very good. See y'all later.